Welcome to Winning Wall Street's Money. Help support my channel. We need to get to 1,000 subscribers pretty much as soon as possible. So then I go live streaming because YouTube policy, they won't let me go live until I have 1,000 subscribers. Thank you to all the folks out there that have subscribed to my YouTube channel. If you have not yet, please take this moment now with helping me. Click subscribe. Next, click the bell. And next, click all. This helps you receive a notification when I post my next videos. Plus, click the thumbs up button and every time you watch my videos. If you got value from this video, if this was helpful, then please consider sharing a small monetary donation to my channel by going below and clicking on either my Patreon or PayPal links. If you join my Patreon page, then you'll get early access to these videos 24 hours before they're posted on the YouTube and lots more. If you prefer just leaving a small tip, click on PayPal. Either way, then you get that warm sense of satisfaction years down the line knowing that you helped me become a successful YouTuber. Saturday, December 18th, 10:53 a.m. New York time. Just completed another full week in the financial markets. So we'll do a weekly recap, looking at the equity indexes, US Treasuries, S&P 500 sectors, and the Faang Plus stocks. We'll identify winners and losers, if we're in consolidations or trendings. Two buzzwords there, two keywords there, trending and consolidation. Yeah, trending is what we're looking for if you're looking to be on the bullish side if you're long. So let's just start off with the cash equity indexes. S&P 500, symbol SPX. For the week, it closed red. Yeah, it made a higher high and a higher low. Closed back inside the prior week. Also rejecting this supply zone. That's where sellers have been. It's still supporting that statement. Sellers are still there. And that's the all-time high right there. NASDAQ 100. This index is part of the S&P 500. 2 weeks in a row, inside candles, indecision. Means again, we didn't take out the high nor low of last week. Plus, because it's a solid body, it closed red. Resting on top of a demand zone where buyers are. Now looking at the Dow Jones Industrial Average, the Dow 30, which is also part of the S&P 500. It's one of the indexes inside there. It closed red back inside the prior week, but made a higher high, higher low. There's the high for the year. We have the demand zone here where buyers have been, this green area. The Russell 2000, yeah, closed red for the week, made a lower high, lower low, tested this demand zone where buyers in and closed above it. That part's bullish because it rejected closing in there. Still made a lower low, lower high. It's much weaker than the other indexes, and it's not in the S&P 500. It's its own index, not in the large one. The Dow Transports, the Dow Transports index is inside the S&P 500 also. It closed red, made a lower high, lower low, and closed below the low of the prior week. This trend is down. Dow Utilities, this index is also inside the S&P 500. Look for the week, it closed green. Made a higher high, higher low, closed above the prior week, outstanding. That's leadership. It also took out the all-time high for the year, which is there. Now we can remove that. And also took out another high. Yep, the high of last year. The Dow Utilities. What kind of people would want to invest in the Dow Utilities versus the NASDAQ? The NASDAQ, the growth stocks. Well, the Dow Utilities, most of the stocks in here, if not all, pay dividends. Got it? Pay dividends. So dividend is fixed income. You're less concerned of growth. Yep. So if you're doing that, if you're buying these stocks that are paying dividends, and again, the Dow Utilities pay higher dividends than many other stocks. So that's a signal that A, people may be thinking that the growth is going to slow down, not stop, but slow down, and they want to continue receiving a fair amount of income. Yep. So we got documentation showing highs, higher highs. Whereas here, the NASDAQ growth 2 weeks in a row, inside candles. Yep, it's an acceleration phase where the past 2 weeks here, Dow Utilities trending higher. So whatever your media news source is telling you, is it equal to what I'm showing you, or are they just blowing smoke just to make news stories to sell advertisement? Yep, but they may not be showing you the factual charts, real price action. Question everything. Question everything. Let's go to the U.S. Treasuries. Yep, we'll look at the U.S. Treasuries, the top three. We'll look at the 30-year, 10-year, and the 5-year. First, we'll look at the 30-year, which are called bonds. They're all treasuries, but the 30-year is defined as bonds. Yeah, it's just like Ford makes a bunch of different cars, automobiles, and each kind is still made by the same company, but have different names. Yeah, got it? Okay, just like the Ford 150 truck, Ford 250 truck. Well, just like treasuries, they have different names. So the 30-year bonds. 2 weeks in a row. Look at this, inside candles here. We still have the supply zone sellers here and the demand zone buyers here. Looking here on the 10-year, yeah, it made a higher high, higher low, closed green, but inside that prior candle, consolidation. And the 5-year bonds made a higher high and closed back inside, closed green and back inside the prior week, still in acceleration. Here's the high for the year, closer to the low. Notice that here on the 10-year, here's the high for the year, much closer to the low. And the 30-year, here's the high and here's the low. We're in the mid-range. So something about these treasuries, they trade inverse than yields, interest rates. What does that mean? So when these treasuries are trending lower, that would mean interest rates, yields are going higher, and the interest rates would be being put under pressure to go higher. Got it? Okay, now let's look at the S&P 500 sectors. The S&P 500 index has 11 sectors. That's how broad it is. And in those sectors, you also have industries, which check my other videos, you would see that clearly with the banks I mentioned this week. So we'll first look at this sector, this stock ETF, XLK, technology sector. For the week, closed red, made a higher high, higher low, closed back inside the prior week. The trend is still bullish. XLV, closed green, made a higher high, higher low, took out that swing high. Now it made an all-time new high, outstanding. See these blue lines? That's a wedge. And I mentioned it was building a coil and they're getting tighter and tighter, tighter. Prior week, we broke above it, closed above it. Momentum's to the upside. XLV, very strong. Yeah, very strong. XLV is the healthcare sector. XLF, financials, closed red for the week, made a higher high, higher low, and rejected these highs and back inside this consolidation. XLY, closed red for the week, made a lower low, lower high, trending down. XLC, red for the week, made a higher high, higher low, closing back in the prior week, consolidation way off the highs. No. XLI, closed red for the week, lower high, lower low, bearish, trending down. XLP, outstanding, closed green for the week, higher high, higher low. XLP is consumer staples. Yeah, when it broke above this zone, which was before was red, it was a supply zone sellers that broke above it last week. Now made it a demand zone buyers. Trend is up, strong like bull. That's huge sector rotation. What does sector rotation mean? It means institutional money. Institutional money means they're managing other people's money, such as mutual funds, pensions. It's rotating out of certain stock sectors into other sectors. And we see this in the charts by certain sectors declining declining, certain sectors climbing up. So if you're trading on your own, manage your own, or having someone else manage your money, it behooves you to make sure, check and verify that your money is also rotating into these stronger sectors. Why would you not? Again, the people that manage your money are human too. They make mistakes and they may be bribed, they may be paid off, and they may not be in your best interest the way they're managing your money. Facts. XLE, red for the week, made a lower low, lower high. Yep, this was buyers before here, very weak, closed below 55. So we might eventually have another breakdown, consolidation. See, consolidation, breakdown, consolidation, staircase pattern, lower low. XLE, the energy sector. We'll see what happens because policies also have a huge impact on price. XLU, closed green for the week. Higher high, higher low, outstanding. Broke above the supply zone where sellers were. Yeah, it closed back inside there. Let's open this on a longer duration. Look at that. It took out the high of last year. Strong like bull. XLU are the utilities. This makes up 2.8% in the S&P 500. XLRE closed green for the week. Higher high, higher low. Closed above the big round number 50. Outstanding. Real estate. Yep, real estate. XLB materials, the smallest sector in the S&P 500. Closed red, back inside the prior week at a higher high, higher low. Still in acceleration. So looking at all these, we want to see, point out, clearly understand that the majority of the sectors close green or red for the week. That's something to be concerning. So looking across the board on the top, look at this. Only one that's closed green and trending is one up here. Look down here. Only one of them closed green, trending up. Down here, we got two of them that closed green, trending up. So the ones that closed green, green candles for the week, not only closed green for the week, higher highs, higher lows, trending up, closed above the prior week. The momentum are to these sectors. Take note of these stock ETFs. You could trade them on your own. That's leadership. Those are winners. First, the ones that closed red, back inside. Yeah, higher high, higher low, close back inside. That's not the most bearish. What is more bearish? Yeah, more bearish is this. Closed red, lower low, lower high, closed below the low last week. That's even more bearish. So if you're looking to make money on the downside, trade short. Here's one consider short. And here's ones, like I said, greens, higher highs, higher lows, consider long, bullish. Coming to the end of the year, it behooves you to stay on top of your investments. Let's go into the last. We'll look at the Faang Plus stocks. These are the stocks that are most traded by the institutions and individual people that manage their own money. Looking at Apple. Do you have any Apple products? Do you use any Apple product services? Two different things, Apple products and Apple services. Do you use any? Does your company use any? Does your government use any? Government can be local municipality. Take note. A lot of governments have Dell computers. Also have contracts with Dell for services. You don't know unless you ask, check and verify. So Apple closed red for the week, but higher high, higher low, all-time high, closing back inside the mid-range of last week. Microsoft closed red for the week. Didn't make a higher high, higher low, closed much below. So now we have a problem here. Yep, you have a supply zone sellers up here. Even though we have these wicks down here, possibly looking like it wants to go lower. A lot of red candles here. Big trading ranges, big trading ranges. Let me show you something on volume. There we go, go with volume. Let's open this up more. So these 3 weeks here, small trading ranges, volume is getting lower, lower. That looks like churching. Churching? Yeah, 3 little bodies, small trading range, lighter volume, but they're going higher. Understand divergency. They're going higher highs, higher lows, on less volume. Yep, churching. It's a market buzzword, keyword. Distribution, smart money selling. Then you got these big red candles. higher volume, closing red. Yeah, they might make the stock for that week price might have been higher high, closed red on higher volume. Again, more selling than buying. Who's buying? Not likely the long-term investors. No, the smart money that made profits back here might have been selling. I just mentioned before I even showed you the volume that I think Microsoft looks like it's going to go lower. Yeah, be concerned. You can make money on the downside. That's a trade idea I just shared with you. You can look at the faster time frame for the setup for the trigger. This is the setup. Now look for the trigger on the faster time frame. If you'd like to know how that's done, join me on Patreon. Amazon, red for the week, lower low, lower high, close inside that prior week. Facebook, green for the week, higher high, higher low, close back inside that prior week. Google, wow, inside candle for the week. Yep, indecision, huge consolidation. Tesla, red for the week, lower low, lower high. Any surprises going lower? Not really. November Victor Delta Alpha, red for the week, lower low, lower high, trend is down. Netflix, red for the week, lower low, lower high, broke below the inside candle. Yep. Bravo Alpha, close yellow for the week, inside candle, 2 weeks in a row, indecision, near record low. Let's just open this for a longer duration. Look, here we go, over 3 years. Let's go put this, say, 5 years. So we're going back 5 years. We're in the range from 5 years ago. That's not good. Extremely sell-off. Why did it start declining last year during the prior administration? Not this administration, the prior. They're both knuckleheads, but the prior administration, because policy from one nation against the other, against many Chinese companies. Yep, this is a Chinese company. Okay, I'm going to end it there. If you like what you see, how about hitting that like button? And if you want to get notification when my next video is, kindly subscribe. I appreciate it. Thank you.